This
discussing
conference
about
will
couple of
now be
condition types.
recorded.
Today we will be discussing about the condition type controls. Let's see like how the discount is behaving as a discount and surcharge is behaving as a surcharge. Price, how system is recognizing the price. Right. So let us see these different condition types and controls. So I'll go to the condition type control, that is V/06, and the standard condition type ER00. And let's discuss the details what we have here. So first thing, the field you will be noticing here is the access sequence. That is, you are assigning an access sequence to this particular condition type, right? Then next, record for accesses. This will show you like what all the condition records has been created using this particular access sequence. Okay. So it will list you, because see, one access sequence you can assign it to any number of condition types, right? That means you can create any number of tables and you can place it in the access sequence, and that access sequence you can assign it to any number of condition type. And for each condition type, I can create a different condition record, right? So what all the condition records have been created, that you can check here. The next is condition class. Condition class. So the condition class will control what kind of condition type it is. So as per the discussion, we copied PR00 and I have written something as CROO, right? How system knows CROO is my base price, right? If it's a document, if I'm copying it OR and writing as ZOR, how system will identify ZOR? Anyone?
SD document category.
How system is identifying this document types, even though I copy it with document category, right? SD document category at the document types. Likewise, at the condition type, we have a field called as condition class or condition classification. Price is identified by B. Condition class B tells system that it is price. A means it can be discount or surcharge. See, it is quite opposite, right? Discount means it's a deduction. Surcharge means it is an addition. But how it's possible that both a discount and surcharge can have only one condition class? How system will again further identify, saying that whether it's really a discount? That means how system knows whether K004 is a discount and KF00 is a freight surcharge. How system again will know this? That we'll see. Okay. C means rebate. All the rebate condition types will have C. That's called as expense reimbursement. So expense reimbursement. And the D is taxes. So this is how system will identify any condition type, any pricing element. That means whether it's a price or a discount or a surcharge or a tax, what it is. How system identifies? By seeing this field called as condition classification. Right? B means, as I just mentioned, it is base price. And if I take you to K004, that's a material discount and it is A. A means discount or surcharge. If I take you to KF00, it says the both discount or surcharge. So how it's possible and how system will identify whether this is a discount or a surcharge? That is by seeing this field. Even though both discount and surcharge has the same condition classification, but system will identify by seeing this. You see freight. Freight means surcharge. Surcharge means it is positive. But if I go to K004, which is a deduction, you see negative. That means even though it has the same condition class, but with the help of this plus or minus, system will help us to, it will identify by seeing this plus or minus. Likewise, BO01 rebates, that's called as BO01. rebate, expense reimbursement, tax, right? So these are the different condition classifications which will help the system to identify what kind of condition type it is. The next is calculation type. This is very, very important field, calculation type, because as I mentioned, you may not be having a condition type available for every scenario. Okay? There may not be a condition type available for every scenario, right? So what you do, if you get some client requirements where you don't have a standard condition type available, then you copy something very close match to that particular and do some configuration changes, and we use that, right? So if I go for base price, how a price is calculated, that means if one item is $1, 100 items is $100. How system is calculating that? Into quantity, price into quantity, that is the condition value of this particular PR00, right? So calculation type, if you go for K004, it is a quantity based discount. If I go to K007, it is a percentage based discount. But my requirement is I want to give fixed discount. So client requirement is if any order touches 1 lakh, you want to give 10,000 as discount. But there is no standard condition available with a calculation type fixed discount. So how do you do that? You to copy something which is very close match and change the calculation type called as fixed discount. You change it to B. B means fixed discount. So you can see different calculation types are available here: percentage, weight, formula, quantity, distance, miles. So depending upon your client requirement, you can change this particular calculation type so that your condition value will be arrived. Then next is condition category. This is very, very important field, condition category. There are two fields: condition class, condition category. This is, don't confuse between these two. Condition classification, condition category. Both are two different fields, right? What is PR00? Anyone?
Base price,
Standard price.
Base
condition
price.
type,
What is VPRS?
cost,
Both are completely different, right? This is a cost price and this is a selling price. Both are completely opposite. So if I go for PR00, what is the condition class? What is the condition class for PR00? It is price. If I go for VPRS, VPR is also price. So how do system know whether it's a cost price or a? See, I told you that if it is B, that is price. Price means there are different kinds of prices. You have selling price, you have cost price, you have customer expected price, right? The EK01, EK01, we have EDI0, EDI1 or EDI2, something. Like we have lots of conditions in the price itself, right? So how system will further identify what is these prices? You see, when I go for VPRS, even though system says this is a price, but this is the internal price. Okay, it's a internal price. So what is condition category? Many consultants will not have this clarity what exactly is a condition category. So condition category, what it will do is it will further subclassify the condition class. It will further subclassify the condition class. So if I go for one more condition, let's say EK01. EK01 is a price, but what price? Something costing, right? So if it's a price here, it doesn't mean that it's always a selling price. It can be a cost price, it can be a customer expected price, it can be anything, right? So how will system differentiate between these all prices or any other condition type? By seeing this condition category. So condition category is the further subclassification of condition class. The next is rounding rule is the condition value, whether you want to round it, round down, or leave it to the commercial, how you want to go for, that is the rounding rule. The next is structured condition. There is one structured condition available, which is also called as cumulative condition type. used in the BOM scenario. What is that? KUMU. KUMU is the cumulative condition, and this structure condition, this field is applicable only for this scenario, only for this scenario. So what is structure condition type really? A structure condition type will help us to cumulate the components values and display at the header level. So what does it do? Controls whether the condition type should be duplicated condition or a cumulative condition. So where generally we use it in the BOM scenarios, bill of materials, right? So that you can cumulate the item prices and show it at the header level, right? So that is KUMU, cumulation condition type, which is obviously statistic, because once you accumulate the prices at the item level and show it at the header level, this particular item condition should not have any effect on the net value, right? So how it's controlled, that is through that particular statistical. Right? So these are the fields what we have in the first block of control data here. Then next, group condition. So let's see what is group condition. Group, very, very important. See, there are two concepts, header condition, group condition. We already discussed header. The next comes is the group. Very, very, very important. For sure, you'll face a question in this. So group condition. What is group condition? With a group condition, you can offer two kinds of discounts. What are the two kinds of discounts you can offer through group condition? That is, one is total document value. That means if a document reaches 10 lakhs, I want to give 1 lakh as discount. So when this 1 lakh discount has to be proposed, when the document reaches 10 lakhs or base price. When the base price reaches 1000, I want to give 10,000 discount. Or material groups. If you remember, there is a field called as material pricing group. Where we have discussed this field, material pricing group, anyone? Material pricing group. In the Material Master, sales are 2 view, we have discussed it, right? So what is that particular material pricing group controls? It will help us to group different materials. Any material out of that group comes into the sales document and gives a value of 10 lakhs. It can be anything. I want to give discount. When I want to give discount? Only when the material from a group which I choose comes out and gives a value of, let's say, 10 lakh or whatever it is. Then system should propose discount. So where do you select actually that? Here you select it under the group routine. So one very important logic here is, we just discussed about total document. See, there is an option called as total document here. What kind of discounts are applicable for the total document? Anyone? Irrespective of number of line items? What kind of discounts?
Header condition.
Right? Header discounts apply to the total document irrespective of number of line items. Right? So when that means if you want to offer total document, then you should go for header. So the very important logic is header conditions are group conditions. HA00. You see, it's a group condition. It is a header condition. HB00. It's a group condition. It's a header condition. Header conditions are group conditions. That's the first statement. The second statement is, but not all header conditions are group conditions. HD00, it is a group condition, but not a header condition. HD00. HD00, this should be a group condition. So sorry, not group condition. HD00 is a header condition, but not a group condition. Got the statement? Header conditions are group conditions, but not all header conditions are group conditions. Okay. So now let's go back to header condition. So for that, let's create, you can create a new procedure, or you can directly create a group condition and go ahead. Let's see the scenario in the document. What customer was, what is the customer requirement? This is a group condition scenario. So what is the group condition scenario here? Customer saying that any document if reaches 10 lakhs. Okay, irrespective of customer, material, whatever it is. Document reaches 10 lakhs. I want to propose 20,000 discount. 20,000 is a quantity based or a fixed value or a percentage based discount. What is this discount? Anyone?
Fixed value.
It's a fixed discount. But do we have any condition type fixed discount available? No, we don't have it. So what you can do? You can take some condition K004 and do some configuration changes. There is already a group condition available in this system, which we created in the last batch. So this is, you see, K004. This condition type is a K004. We copied and renamed it. But what configuration changes we should do? One is, because calculation type for K004 is C, that is quantity. But now here we don't want quantity. Our customer requirement is fixed amount. So change this to fixed amount. Then activate group condition. Then go for total document 1, routine. Okay, price difference comparison. What is this price difference comparison? See, when you are proposing discount at the header level, let's say serial number 10, X material, I'm just writing value here. The document value is, sorry, item value is 2000. Serial number 20, Y material 3000. This is not quantity, value of the line item. Serial number 30, Z material 5000. So now customer want to propose $100 discount on this sales order. So what happens is, if you activate group condition for a header group condition, system will proportionately distribute the discount proportionately. What do you mean by that? Out of $100, how much this line item will get? $20. This line item 30, and this line item 50. That means, basing on the value of the line item, this discount will be proportionately distributed. So $100 discount has been proportionally equally distributed to all the line items. But it may not be possible all the time to distribute a discount in such a round figures, right? It may not be possible. Sometimes it can distribute only 99.4. How about that 0.60 cents? What we should do with that? So if you activate this rounding difference comparison, then what system will do is, after proportionately distributing the discount, if anything is left out like this, if any amount is left out, then that amount will be given to the highest value of the sales order. Whichever the item is having highest value, this left out amount will be given to that particular line item. Only when you activate this rounding difference comparison. Okay, you should activate this rounding difference comparison, right? So this is the configurational changes what you need to maintain. Routine 1, this is a very most important interview question. That is, how do you propose a group routine total document? How do you propose? By selecting routine 1. So routine 1 will tell system you should propose a discount total document. Routine 3 will tell system material pricing group. First, let's finish this scenario. And apart from this, when I should give this discount 20,000, anyone? When we should propose this discount? Only when the document touches 10 lakhs. Right? Only when the document touches 10 lakhs, we have to propose it. So how do system will come to know whether the document has reached 10 lakhs or not? For that, we have a concept called as scales. See, we have a concept called as scales, which will help us to propose condition whenever you want to give in slab wise. That is, so you go to scales, scroll down. Usually this will not be standard value scale, it will be quantity scale. If it is K004, this will be quantity scale. Why? Because the calculation for K004 is a quantity. But client scenario here is a value, right? 20,000 you want to give. So we need to change this to value scale. So these are the configuration changes what you need to do for a K0004 condition type and create a new condition called as ZGRP. Right? So in the document, you have every configuration step by step here. You can just follow how to create a new condition type and everything. So once we change it to the value scale, now you can create a new procedure or you can directly place into your standard procedure. Okay. Let us place into the standard procedure. You don't need to do even OVKP if you are going in the standard procedure. If not, then only you need to create. So now let us go to our procedure. The procedure is
Praveen, can I have a question?
yes.
In this group condition type, do we have any utility of access sequence that is maintained over there?
No. If you are going with the header condition, you don't need an access sequence. If it's an item condition, you can take an access sequence. Now we are going with the item condition. Now I'm going with an item condition, which is K004. If you are going with the header condition, obviously header condition will not have an access sequence. Right? So a header condition can also be a group condition. Right? So now let's go to this procedure and place that as ZGRP condition into the procedure. I'll replace this HB00 ZGRP, and I want to calculate ZGRP also on 20 and remove this because whenever this price touches, then only we want to propose, right? So let's save it. Right now, let us maintain a condition record for ZGRP level. Okay. Before doing that, let me delete the customer material combination discount. VK12, I'll go for, and what is the condition type? That is ZROO, customer material, because you want the base price to touch the maximum so that you can propose discount. There is a division indicator. CR. There is no condition required now for a customer and material combination. Now let me go to VK11. The condition type is ZGRP, and in the ZGRP, we are telling customer, we are telling system that if customer is buying this material, that is, let's say 100, 200, and the amount is 1000. Click on scales here. Click on scale. So here you can mention what should be the scale value. So what is the scale value? We mentioned that is, okay, we mention scale value as 1000 and discount is 50 euros. That means whenever the scale value, that means your base price for 100, 200 touches 1000, system will propose this discount called as extra discount called as 50 euros. Likewise, you can also make it at the document value when you are going for the header condition. So now let me create an order. Version 01 OR ZGRP has been proposed because the base price has more than we just mentioned saying there, if the base price touches 1000, propose this discount, but base price is 1500 here. So now let me do one thing. I'll maintain a customer and material combination one record, which is very less price than 1000. I'll go for VK11 and ZROO customer material combination. If this customer is buying this material, I want it to be only 900. I'm reducing less than the group condition value. Now let me create an order. So you see here system has proposed it. But now if I create an order and if the base price touches 900, let's see whether system will propose or not. We have CGRP determined, but no discount is offered. Taylor system has offered discount. Why? We mentioned saying that if the base price is more than 1000, offer an extra $50 discount. But here the base price is 900. The same you can do at the document value, saying that if the document value touches so and so value, then only propose discount. We have discussed with an item condition. The same thing you can discuss with a header condition, right? So this is the group condition total document, that is ZGRP. Group condition total document. At the same time, if you want to offer material pricing group, so what configuration changes you want to do for material group, material testing? Nothing, just only maintain it as 3. Instead of 1, you need to go for 3. Rest everything remains the same, right? So let me show you in the document for this. So for group of material, what you need to do is, see, there is a standard field available in the table called as material pricing group. Okay, there is, you see, in the Metal Master Sales Org 2 view, we have, that is the first field on the right top in the Metal Master, which is called as material pricing group. So in the V/03 tables, there is a standard field already available with this field name. So you can just create a new table with this particular field name, put it in the access sequence, and then assign it to the condition type. Okay, the same process again. Copy. You can either replace the name or you can create something new. Only the thing you need to change is routine 3. Instead of 1, you need to change routine 3. So what is the scenario here? Okay, one more thing. How you create a group? I just told you that if you create a group and any material out of the group, there are 3 materials, X, Y, Z. And I want to put all this XYZ material into one group called as X1 or A1. How do you put these materials all into a group called as A1? That is nothing. Grouping, you don't have any extra configuration or something. First, you go to the Material Master Sales Org 2 view of X material. First, you go to this particular Material Master, and there in the material pricing group field, add A1. Similar Y A1. Now, what's happening? All these 3 materials you have put it in one group. That's how you group the materials. You don't need to do anything extra. In the Metal Master, for that field material pricing group, you just add the value, what are the group you want to put. Now automatically these 3 materials has been placed into a group. And now any material out of this group called as A1 comes into sales document and gives 10 lakhs worth of value. You want to propose 20k discount. And you can see that has been proposed in the here. Process is same, so I'm not again repeating everything. You can see material X, ZGRP has been determined. Material Y, ZGRP has been determined. So just only change that particular control and put all materials into a group and create an order. And if that material comes into sales document, system will propose a discount called as ZGRP, whatever the name you take. Right? So that is group condition. Very, very important group condition. Header condition, group condition. One question you will face for sure out of these 2 topics. The next is manual. Changes can be made. Let me go to the standard PR00. In the standard PR00, you see here there is something called as changes which can be made, and it says that manual entries. Okay, by this time you should get a doubt, but no one has asked it. OVKK. Why we are assigning condition type here to the procedure? If in my case I left it blank. You see, I left it blank. But why there is an option called as condition type here? Why there is an option here? Let me show you. Very, very important entry question this is. Why we assign condition type for the combination in the OVKK? So why we are doing that? So the sales order, yes. So I'm in the sales order, right? Hi everyone, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So there is a connection lost. We have a heavy thunderstorm here. So let me log in once. Okay. So VS01. VS01. Okay, so now I create an order, right? And this is called as line item overview. You know it, right? So if I scroll to the right side, you will see all the data which comes from the middle master and get determined at the item level. So if I scroll to the left now and show you something here, that is amount. You see this field amount is blank. Why this field amount is blank? And now if I go to OVKK, if I go to OVKK, and in the OVKK, for my combination, I'll maintain my base price condition, the only base price condition type, that is CROO. Right? This is my base price condition type. You could assign only your base price, not standard PR00. Right? You still see this field is blank amount. Now if I create an order, this is a very important question. Now if I scroll to the right side, you see amount is here. Earlier amount was not there here, right? But now the amount is here. So when this field amount will be filled up only when you assign the base price in the OVKK for your combination. Why you really need this? Why you really need this particular configuration? Why you need to get the price populated into amount? Because so in they ask this question, right? Why you assign it? Because it will help the user to change the price of a line item in the line item overview. Now I don't want price to be 900, I want it to be 500. Done. I don't want it to be 500, I can change it to 200. Whatever you want, you can change. The user can change. That means, so if I add the condition, if I add the base price condition type here for the procedure in the OVKK, it will help us to bring up the price in the line item overview so that user can change the price of line item in the line item overview itself. You don't need to double click this, go to conditions, and you don't need to change here. Okay, you can avoid that 2 or 3 extra steps. If you have 10 line items, you can avoid that extra step. User can change here itself. Right? That's the reason you do it. So now let me go to the condition. Slash 06 condition type controls. And condition type PR00, right? In my case, I'll go to CROO or whatever we are discussing as standard price. Okay, changes can be made. When you can do the changes, when you allow. See, now system has allowed me to change the price, right? Why system has allowed me to change the price? Because I have the permission here. You see, system is telling that manual entries will have priority. That means by automatic 900 or 9000, whatever it is determined. But later I changed it to 200 or 500. This is applicable, right? And it's not just, even though you say here manual entries approved, then again you can control what all manual entries user can do. That is, whether he can change amount, whether he can change quantity, whether he can delete the condition, whether he can change the condition value. If you activate, you are giving a permission. If you don't activate, you are not giving the permission. Right? What is controlled at the item level whenever you activate this. Tags, can it be processed manually? Anyone? Can tags be processed manually?
No.
No, right? So tags cannot be processed manually. Tags should be always determined automatic. So if I go to MWST, you see here, not possible to process manual. You cannot process tags manually. It should come automatic and no permission, right? So we have a couple of options here. That is no limits, automatic entry has priority, manual entry has priority. Automatic entry has priority means user cannot change. Manual entry means user can change it. But not possible to manage. These are a couple of options what we have here. This was one question in the interview. They asked, what is the difference between no limits and manual entry has priority? What is the difference between these two? Right? This is one question which was asked in the interview. So no limits is like that means you can change it any number of times and anything you are giving options to the user. But if you select manual entries, you are controlling here. In the manual entries, you are controlling, that is what all options he can do. But with the no limits, he can change everything. If you want the user to change everything, instead of again you activate and give some permission, you go for no limits. If you want to specifically give manual, then you can give these options. Right? So we'll stop it here and continue tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be discussing these things. Probably we might finish it tomorrow. If not, we may take one more session because this is a scenario. Condition update is a scenario. Scales is a scenario. Execution is a scenario. So hopefully, maybe in a day we'll finish. That is in another 2 or 3 days. 3 sessions we'll finish pricing and we'll move on to resume preparation. Then after basic functions. So any questions you can either email me or I'll take it in the next session because I'm having some with my network here. Okay, please email me or in the just make a note. In the next session I'll take the questions.
I mean tomorrow is Saturday, right?
Tomorrow is Saturday. Okay, then that's on Monday.
Okay.
Next session on Monday and we'll continue with this condition. Right. So any questions either please make a note. We'll discuss in the next session or you can email me. See you all and catch up tomorrow. Bye.
Thank you.